The Whitest Kids U'Know is an American sketch comedy troupe best known for their television program of the same name. The group consists of Trevor Moore, Sam Brown, Timmy Williams, Darren Trumeter, and Zach Kreger, though the actors occasionally appear in their sketches. And what do I gotta say about that? This is one of the best comedy shows that I've ever seen in any comedy show ever. So anyways, let's dive into this masterpiece. The Whitest Kids began in 1999 when Trevor Moore, a young comedian from Charlottesville, Virginia, transferred to New York School of Visual Arts film program. Trevor previously produced a local TV sketch comedy show in Virginia titled The Trevor Moore Show, but it was later canceled. After making the rounds at local New York City comedy clubs, he eventually met fellow SVA film student Sam Brown from Massachusetts and SVA graphic design student and actor Zach Kreger from Arlington, Virginia. So I guess there are two different cities that name Arlington. Yeah, the one other from Texas. By chance, all three lived in the same dormitory. According to an IFC interview, Trevor Moore says that the group's name originated during a freestyle rapping session on the subway, when one of their friends said, "You guys are the whitest kids I know." That's awfully generous of that person who was at the subway. Yeah, way to bright up the shit. The troupe started off as an officially sanctioned club at School of Visual Arts. During the years, WKUK included horror writer and director John Koval, Oliver Lyons, Anthony Maher, and singer Tina Tiongson. Timmy Williams also joined in late 2001 and was the only member at the time who did not attend SVA. The Whitest Kids U'Know held near monthly free shows at SVA's amphitheater, which would frequently fill to capacity. Finally, in 2003, as Trevor approached graduation, the group separated officially from the school, and all but Sam, Trevor, and Zach and Timmy left the troupe. Darren Trumeter, an actor and filmmaker who had worked previously with Zach, was then added at the same year. Started in 2003, the reinvented troupe started touring the various comedy venues in New York City, concluding in early 2005 with a well-attended show at Carolyn's, a famous stand-up comedy club in Times Square. Oh, ain't that fucking crazy. What a good time they have. In 2005, the group began working with noted comedy producer Jim Bitterman. In early 2006, Jim and the Whitest Kids sold the show to the Fuse Network after the Whitest Kids won the Best Sketch Group Award at the Aspen Comedy Festival. The production of the first season took place in New York City during the summer of 2006. And the first season was premiered in March 2007. It was an instant hit for Fuse, and the show was picked up for a second season immediately. However, due to what Fuse perceived as extreme comedy, the second season order came with limitations on content. Oh, fuck. Well, I don't know what would Fuse do. The group considered walking away from the pickup order over the new content restrictions. Then former head of Fuse programming Jennifer Caserta left to become the general manager of the IFC network and brought the Whitest Kids along with her to IFC. At the time, Fuse and IFC were both part of Rainbow Media. The Rainbow Media executives that felt that the Whitest Kids program was more appropriate for IFC than Fuse. So they approved the switch. Well, ain't that fucking crazy. That's a little bit confusing too. Okay, so on July 12, 2007, Trevor posted a message on the Whitest Kids official website stating that the second season of the Whitest Kids would move on to the independent film channel. Well, yeah. Shooting for season 2 on the show started on August 13, 2007 and debuted on IFC in February 10, 2008. The first season was released in February 5th, which is like 5 days before the season 2 debut. It was, the first season was uncensored on DVD. However, IFC started to air uncensored episodes from Season 1 just 2 months before the DVD release. So yeah, anyway peeps, so there are only 10 episodes on each season, but Season 3 just had 20 episodes. But IFC and the Whitest Kids have done the Adult Swim standards, like, yeah, Adult Swim standards of a 10-minute episode, like, take this as an example. Robot Chicken and Aqua Teen Hunger Force, just did the 10-minute episode. Yeah, could you imagine that? Yeah, way to think of Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, IFC. So, what I gotta tell you. Yeah, the sketches are really funny. Some of the sketches are fucking cringeworthy. And some of them are not so funny. And some of them are... seems really awfully generous. Oh yeah, they also put music videos on it too. Like, Wake Up the Neighbors, Triumph of the Ill. We gonna make love until you wake up, bitch. God Wants You to Wear a Hat. Yeah, God Wants You to Wear a Hat music video is one of the best music videos from the Whitest Kids that I've ever listened to, because it had heavy metal riffs in the motherfucker. Oh, fucking hell. Well, that sure is awesome. Well, we sure love to see one of our favorite sketches from the Whitest Kids. Yeah, the third season was premiered in January 27, 2009. It was composed of 10 30-minute episodes as well as 20 15-minute episodes. The fourth season went back to the way it was, which is in seasons 1 and 2. Continuing with the 10 to 30-minute and 20 to 15-minute episode formats. And the fifth season premiered on August 15th. Yeah, fourth season was started on June 11th and April 15th on the fifth season, but it was sadly the final season of the show. A format of 10 half-hour episodes remains, with each episode ending with a segment of the Civil War on drugs. And the saddest part for season 5 is the show was censored at certain times of the day, including removing stronger sexual language such as fuck and censoring any nudity, despite promises that it would remain unedited. Well, that really fucking blows that the Whitest Kids became no more, which was back in June 17th, 2011. Yeah, that's fucking sad, I know. So, on May 6, 2020, Trevor Moore started a short-lived internet series during the COVID-19 pandemic called Trevor Moore's Quarantine Show. And it was called the official WKUK, so, which means that the Whitest Kids are back in action, which is on YouTube, and they've started to upload sketches that they have done during the Whitest Kids years. So what I gotta say, those characters are fucking funny. They really did good at acting, and we sure did have a kick-ass time watching all 60 episodes in there. Yeah, I'm really proud of you, Whitest Kids. You guys are the best actors I've ever met. So in conclusion, I recommend the WKUK. Trevor Moore and the Whitest Kids have spent over 5 to 6 years of sketch comedy development on national television, that is Fuse and IFC. And it's good to see them return by joining YouTube on this official WKUK channel. If you guys do not like this show, alright, that's okay.